Hello, legends and heroes. Welcome back. My name is Omni and I am your guide to Diablo Immortal. Super excited today to show you my build. This is an anti-CC cleave build using the new shoulders where whenever you cleave, you are not CCable. You can break through CC. So if you're completely stunned inside a wizard's ice tornado, you're completely frozen. You just click cleave and you are out of there. So whenever I see a wizard, they try to CC me, I'm in their tornadoes, I just cleave. I cleave. Alright, so in this video, I'm using a cleave that has 3 charges. I can cleave. I just have to cleave maybe once every second. And by the time 3 seconds later, your cleave is back up. Alright, so we are going to be playing a super nice match. This match is going to have 11K resonance. Super strong match. I am playing as 4.8K resonance, okay? So you don't have to be the strongest. This build will work even if you're 1.5K resonance, okay? It is super nice. Alright, it has... I'm trying to get through, okay? A lot of times I try to get through. I try to proc all their gems, but because this build is super tanky, I have insane amounts of survivability. I am able to get out, and that is partly because of my gladiator. I will show you my gladiator Paragon, partly because of my survivor pet, partly because of I have a ton of shields from Montebanks, all sorts of great things. So I'm going in and on to make sure. Also, I do have that shield from that extra ultimate Paragon skill that I use. That also gives me a shield. So I have shields for days. Squishy finally gets me back. I killed Squishy when I was going in a minute ago. Squishy got me back. Squishy is their satyr. Pretty good damage satyr. Alright, so I see Squishy. Squishy wants me also, but not this time. He doesn't have his COL. He does not have his conjuration of light up, and I was able to take him down. Alright, so I'm just going in, and with my cleaves, my cleaves actually deal a lot of damage. Also bleeds the enemy. So the enemy can die from your bleeds. You can just go in, cleave them a couple of times, and sometimes that is enough to kill them. Now, I am super low, so I do have to run away from Squishy. I'm going to heal up in just a second. But instead of healing up somewhere else, I'm going to be standing on the idol. So every additional person that stands on the idol will make the idol run faster. And right now, I am ready to fight. Even though my health is low, my undying rage is up. So, okay, right now this is very... I'm probably dead right now. So you can either run from that DH or you can chase him. Either way, there's a certain percent of chance that you're gonna die. I decided to chase, and hopefully my chains would grab him. Unfortunately, I was a little far away, and he got me. All right, right here. Let's go. Oikigahara. Oikigahara is their other barbs. The enemy team has 2 barbs and Squishy, a satyr. So they're the tanks. All right, so I have to go in, kill the DPS really fast with a couple of cleaves. Use the cleaves to get out of CC, and then I go in and cleave the tanks on the idols a couple times, lower their HP. Now, you're not going to be able to, like, as a 4.8K, you're not going to be able to 1v1 the 11K resonance guy. So BK, I'll attack him, but I'm basically just wasting BK's time because I'm super tanky, because I have Undying, I don't think BK is using Spark Tusk. If he was using Spark Tusk, I would have to play a lot more defensive, because when my Undying is going, when he gets me to 0 health, if he Spark Tusk, then I will die instantly. But apparently BK is not using Spark Tusk, and that's great. That's great. Actually, your top 11k resonance guy should not be using Spark Tusk. The person that should be using Spark Tusk is Oi Kahibara, the other barb, the smaller barbs. He should be using Spark Tusk, and so here we go. So here BK's coming again. All right. So BK realizes that his team is not wiping this side. His team's not wiping the right side, and I'm just walking the idol in. So BK understands that I have to die. He has to get rid of me, but he's having a hard time getting rid of me. Oh, I'm just baiting BK. BK's coming back. He's trying to get me. He has two choices: either defend the side with five enemies, or chase me and kill me, which may not happen, simply because I know how fast barbs are, and I can waste time. And there you go. So you don't actually 1v1 someone with twice your resonance. You just waste your time. And with that happening, you're basically 1v1ing them. If you have an 11k chasing you, you win, because your team's other 11k, like I have Colt Giblets on my team, and he's my team's whale, and he's fighting. If you make the enemy's 11k chase you, you win. All right, now let's get into the legendaries, the build. I'm going to tell you like what curse set you need, everything that you need. I use Tremor. I'll show you the Tremor family bonuses I have. The hat, incredible crit damage. Cruel Bass Sneer. This hat provides you 19% crit, pure 19% crit chance. So that is insane. You need this. A lot of people are asking, like, why not use Heartless Terror? Heartless Terror means you have to use Demoralize, right? And Demoralize probably means you need to use Dishonored Blade. And Dishonored Blade as offhand is going to prevent you from using Falling Thunder. Alright, so your offhand will be Burge Breaker. Burge Breaker is the best offhand. It will cause your Wrath of Berserker, make you faster, you run faster, and also whenever someone attacks you, even if you're completely CC'd, when someone attacks you, they take damage, and it has a nice range. They did buff Burge Breaker so that even DH that is hitting you from like 7 feet away, they will take damage when they attack you. It's very, very nice. Now, Falling Thunder. This is the offhand that I love. It gives you, every time that your enemy is bleeding, it increases your damage by like almost 30%. It increases your damage by 28.5%. So Falling Thunder is super nice, giving you, as a Barbarian, a lot of damage. And this is good. This is super good. Why? It's 30% more damage. But the problem with Demoralize and with Heartless Terror hat is that you need to use Dishonored Blade, and that takes the spot of Falling Thunder. So that's why I changed my build, and we're using Falling Thunder. All right. So we got Rending Bite, and Rending Bite is your main hand that causes Lacerate to bleed, and then the Collator. I don't know how to pronounce this. Someone else pronounce it in the comments below, please. Decollator. It sounds like something you use to cook with. It's like your I don't know. But Decollator is the triple cleave, and I like to space it out. Cleave, cleave, cleave. By the time after about 3 seconds, by the time you cleave the third time, it's back, and you have 3 more cleaves. So it's like unlimited cleaves. and unlimited anti-CC, simply because of our shoulders. The shoulders is called Dread Desecration. It's a new legendary, Dread Desecration Shoulders. Dread Desecration Shoulders, which causes it so that every time you cleave, and because this cleave has 3 charges, every time each charge of this cleave gives me anti-CC, lets me break out of a CC. So this is better, in my opinion, than Heartless Terror. Because if someone spark tusks you, you lose your demoralize. And it doesn't come back for quite a while. You have these cleaves all the time. If they spark tusk you, they remove your anti-CC, you just cleave again, and your cleave's back. And what's great about the Decolator, however it's pronounced, is every time you cleave, you hit somebody, it knocks them up. Knock up. It knocks them up. So it's great. You chase down that wizard or that necro who's going to revive. Then you just cleave. They're just chain knocked up, and you just kill them. Well, I mean, all right. So the chest piece is Shackled Fate. The pants is called Buried Talons. All right, Shackled Fate, Buried Talons. Super nice. It's the chains that pull your enemies to you. 100% you need those. Alright, for my set items, I have Mountebanks. Mountebanks, 4-piece Mountebanks, super nice. Gives me a 30% shield. Gives me 30% more HP shield every 9 seconds. It's stupid good. Next, I have Urge. Failure's Urge. Urge is great. I recommend either 4 Urge, 4 Vithus Urge, or 2 Vithus Urge, and 2 something else that you got that was good. For example, I'm not using 4 Vithus Urges because my dungeon drops. I didn't get 4 good Vithus Urges. I couldn't even craft good Vithus Urges, so I only had 2. And so I did get 2 really good BOE. So I did get some good BOE. Banquet of Eyes. So I got some really good BOE Banquet of Eyes. So I'm using 2 Banquet of Eyes. And every time I make an enemy bleed, I deal 15% more damage. All my damage is 15% more. So that's not bad. And I like that. You don't have to be using primary attack. All you gotta do is go in, cleave them a couple of times, extra damage. So 4 Mountebanks guaranteed, have to have. 2 Vithus, have to have. And then the last 2 pieces can be Vithus or Banquet of Eyes. For your Reforged set, I do recommend that you use Tremor. Every time that I primary attack someone, they have a high % chance of getting stunned. And I have 2 Reforged sets. One for PvE. That's the Wildfire set. And then Tremor for PvP. And your Curse, I recommend two of them. Nettled. Nettled's really nice because every time you get a shield from Mountebanks, you get a shield from the ultimate from your Paragon. Every time you get a shield, you reflect damage at your enemies. And Nettled's really good. I also like Lash. Lash gives you extra damage every time you primary attack. So it doesn't have to be 6 Nettled or 6 Lash. It just be like, it can be 4 Nettled, 4 Lash. It could be 6 Nettled, 2 Lash. It can be 6 Lash, 2 Nettled. It just depends on what you get. And I don't know if, like, right now I'm using 6 Lash. I'm testing it. I feel like it's good. 6 Nettled or 6 Slash, either way is good. And let's take a look at... Alright, for Paragon, I do use Gladiator. And the special ultimate skill I use will be actually This is new. It's a new ultimate skill. It is called Shock Barrier. So every 10 seconds, I do this like a little explosive shock barrier, and it blows up around me. So extra damage for anyone within range. Since I'm always within range, as a barbarian, you're up and in their faces. You're pulling the chains, pulling the enemy to you, and hopefully the shock barrier goes off and kills them. Now, for the rest of the skills, this gladiator is super good for barbarians. You have first aid. First aid means whenever you're low health, 15% health, you can gain back all your health, and you want to couple that with combat veteran. Combat veteran lowers the cooldown so that your first aid refreshes every 180 seconds. So that's every 3 minutes. So that's a lot of HP regeneration. Like if you're doing BGs, it might be a 10-minute match. So you'll be able to get 3 uses of first aid, making you super tanky. Then we have Grizzled Veteran, which just makes you 4% more damage, and you take 4% less damage. That's super strong. Overpowered. Overpowered is another source of crit chance. So you got your hat, legendary hat for 19% crit, and also overpowered. You want to try to stay alive as a barbarian with all the shields, the regeneration from first aid. It's not easy to die, and if you can make 5 kills, that's another 15% crit chance. If you like this video, please like and subscribe and comment below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.